Hi, and we are live from the den. Not my den, but anyway, got a couple of things to show you. I wanted to share with you a brief history of home video recording, which is certainly something that's been close to my heart since I was a child, really. So, to begin with, this little den that you see around me belonged to someone else, but was very much a photography enthusiast, amongst other things. So, to start with, which we don't have, in the 60s and 70s, there was what we called a Super 8 cine camera, which they were about the size of this portable cassette with a handle on. Took 4 batteries in the handle and a little lens on the front, and you used to shoot silent film, mostly in colour. There were black and white ones, but mostly in colour. But they were silent and they were literally cine reel. So you used to watch them on a projector. And they are the earliest kind of home movies that were sort of available to the masses or the general public. So as we moved forward into the 70s, video became massive towards the end of the 70s and into the early 80s. So home movies took another turn. Now then, this camera here looks relatively small, doesn't it? However, nice big lens on it as well, by the way. Manually adjusted, although there is an electronic adjustment there. This JVC VHS camcorder with its lens in, very sort of cine camera-esque, because it's got this handle on it with a trigger. But to actually record, there's a phono jack at the bottom of this handle that swivels round to operate. And then what you did is you had this really heavy satchel, and in the satchel, as you can see, it's a bit dusty, and in the satchel were all your leads and also your video recorder. So this is actually a small video recorder, which you can't really see through this glass, but trust me, it's in there. And a full-size VHS tape used to be recording when you have this thing on your shoulder. Just imagine how expensive this was, by the way. This is being recorded on a mobile phone, not my new camera. But so you had this to this to this. So, and that's how you recorded home movies in the early 1980s. So again, very much the latest technology for the day. So my era next, what all sort of started for me, late 1980s. Now then, you really did feel like a cameraman with one of these. This is a Panasonic stereo VHS. So you put your tapes in. So this was an all-in-one, this. Nice big viewfinder here. And what you used to do is you used to pop that on your shoulder, just like the real thing, really. And you used to look through your viewfinder and you used to take videos. And this is what, when I was a teenager, you used to rent from radio rentals or places like DER, because you couldn't afford them to buy them anyway, certainly not on teenagers' wages. These were really expensive pieces of kit. So the best thing to do was to hire them for a weekend, either over you know, Christmas, that kind of thing, celebrations. It was with us towards the late 80s, it was always Christmas. And these big things that used to weigh heavy, when you used to be fully loaded with a tape in there, you used to have a big transformer, a big charger, and they went in a briefcase, which unfortunately is out of shot, you can't see it, but it packed away in a briefcase. So you used to go on the Friday to DER or radio rentals, you used to pick your briefcase up, and obviously you used to rent it. Rentals were very popular at that point. And big microphone on the front there, focus on there. And that was really what got me into recording home movies, this stuff. So that is, in a nutshell, the 1980s for me. What a fantastic piece of kit that is. And it's probably still fully functional. I found it in a dusty briefcase, but there we are. It's probably still able to be operated today, is that no doubt. Then we get into the 1990s. And one of the things I remember is VHS-C. And VHS-C was definitely more towards being held in the hand. and this particular one's got the viewfinder on there, so we weren't on pop-out screens just yet. And you literally had a miniature VHS cassette that went in here, and if you wanted to watch it at home on your VHS video recorder, what you used to have is like an expansion cartridge that turned it into a full-size VHS tape, so you could watch it on the telly when you got home. So nice and easy, plug and play. So yeah, built-in microphone, again a lot smaller, and much smaller tapes. So definitely the technology improving. So this was kind of really sort of mid-90s stuff, VHS-C. So there we go. That's definitely much more easier to carry, goes over the shoulder quite nicely, and away you go. Let's go and look at the Eiffel Tower. So around that time as well, you also had Mini DV. Now then, Mini DV, this is actually quite small now. So again, this was like the rival to VHS-C. Once again, very small sort of tapes went in here and filmed. And this was Sony's, by the way, at the time. So, and this used to film, and again, I can't imagine battery life being very long, but this also had the pop-out screen, the turny pop-out screen. Which sort of came to fruition around about that time. So that is your Mini DV camera, and again nice and compact. So, but again, you used to get your cassette and you used to have it converted to VHS to watch it on your telly. Now then, beyond that, you then had your CD DVD RW, which is very similar to the Sony that I've got at home. This is a Canon one, and quite simply you inserted a mini DVD which was rewritable, re-recordable, which is what I did most of my recording on in the mid-noughties. And again, flip out screen so that you could make your home movies. And the good thing about these were, of course, you could actually play them in DVD players at the time, not all of them, but some of them. And you were able to obviously connect to the TV and watch through the television, as VHS obviously became something of the past. So, and this again, very, very much in the palm of your hand type stuff with a little shoulder strap there. Very nice and convenient. And of course, you're not lugging cassettes about, you just had some little DVDs that went in your camera case. So this was the forerunner of today's hard drive cameras, which we know and love today, which very simply record on a high speed SD card, go straight into your computer, or go straight to your smartphone, where you can quite simply upload to your smartphone. Obviously not in the highest quality, but you can send the video to your smartphone, then you can sequence it, then you can upload it to YouTube or whatever you do. So that is a brief history of the camera, the video home movie camera. And I've got to say, for me, as much as I love technology, you still felt like you were definitely making big TV programs when you were doing this, and you could literally take it straight out of your recorder and go straight to your TV and plug it in. So fond teenage memories of filming back in the 1980s, which there's evidence on my YouTube channel. If you've not seen it before, you're probably watching this on my YouTube channel right now, but if it's on a different form of media, then it's youtube.com/Lancastrian Boy, where you can see evidence of 60s, 70s home Super 8 cine camera, then 1980s VHS camcorder or video camera. Camcorder was probably something later on that it was named, and then obviously Sony patented Handycam later. And then VHS-C in the mid-1990s before moving to DVD-RW, and then just recently replacing my 18-year-old DVD-RW camera after a spell of recording on mobile phones as they got much better in terms of technology. And And that is where the story ends, with the Handycam and the straight to hard drive, straight to phone, and also to live stream too. So that is a brief history of recording home movies. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the hardware. I certainly enjoyed reminiscing and showing it to you today. So happy filming.